Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 15. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens with Maurice and Kimmy. They're looking at property. Well, actually, it's land, okay? And when they both pull up, they are both impressed with the land. This is really, really, really nice, okay? They get out, they walk the property, they trying to figure out where the house would go. And, Maurice is saying he would want a tree line to give some privacy. And, they're going to have it over here by this driveway. And you can walk up the driveway and look at how high it is. And they love the fact that it's near the mountains. And, okay, this is a perfect house for Maurice and Kimmy Scott. Okay, or is it? Because Maurice is thinking that this is going to be the house that they build, I'm supposing, to sell. And Kimmy was just like, "Oh, so we're not going to be moving in this property right here. We're not moving in this land." He said, "No, I want way more than an acre." Okay, and she was just like, "Well, what the hell I'm up here for? Looking at all this and dirtying up my shoes and this dirt and everything, and we're not even talking about moving here." Okay, oh no, absolutely not for Maurice and Kimmy. He figured that it would be good to have Kimmy up there because this would be her first real estate, her real project. And she was just like, "Oh, is that what you thought?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, and I already talked to Marcel and Martel, and Martel's going to help us build. And she was like, "How's Martel going to build?" And he doesn't even have a builder's license. Oh, he's working with somebody with a builder's license. It's okay. And I talked to Uncle. What's the uncle name? Uncle Mike, and Uncle Mike is gonna she was like, "Oh, okay, so is my project, my first project since I've already worked with my son, but yet and still you went and did everything. You already talked to everybody and you already have everything set up, but then you're gonna throw Kimmy in on it. Then you're gonna be ordering me around and telling me what I need to do, go do this, that, and the other. Then about 6 months down the line, when the shit really starts getting real, you're going to tell me you busy with work. You ain't going to be able to have time for it, but all of it's going to fall on Kimmy. Okay? The age-old complaint that Kimmy has with Maurice. And Maurice is looking like, what? Eyes big. What do you mean? Okay? No, that's not what he plans on doing. It's never what you plan on doing. It's just what you end up doing. She was like, "You didn't plan this whole thing. You had no conversation with me. Yet and still you want to drop it all on me in my lap now. It's the same thing you do with Monster." And he was just like, no. Ever since that whole vaping thing, Monster being here, I've been making sure that I'm being really involved. Me and his mom, we are really, really involved. We doing what we need to do, so it's all good. He was like, and he's been real busy. We got him involved in this, that, and the other. And speaking of this, that, and the other, maybe you can help me out with the dropping off and the picking up. And she was just like, "Oh, there it is." There it is. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Now, you already said when Monster came that you would be the one that would be dropping him off and taking him, dropping him off and picking him up. Now, all of a sudden, you busy, and now you need me to do it. It's not so much that Kimmy doesn't want to do it. It's just the fact that Maurice makes all these plans. He never involves Kimmy. Then he always pulls Kimmy in it, and Kimmy ends up doing all the damn work, okay, because he's so fucking busy. Like I said, it's the same shit. We've been talking about this since the first season. This is season number 3. Kimmy does make her complaints known, of course, but Maurice, in one ear and out the other. He's a high achiever, so, he's got to move on with things. High achiever be killing me. Kimmy tells him, "Don't be trying to figure my schedule out on your schedule, okay? You do what you got to do, and don't be worrying about me." Like I said, same shit, different day. Now, next we see Martel. He's over at his mom's house, and he has the kids, and mom is helping do the little girl's hair. Martel was just like, "I never wanted to know so much about doing my children's hair because I always thought that was something for the woman. And, well, now that I'm a single dad, I need to know about these things." Yes, I guess so. But you got your mom, right? And, his mom fixed the baby's hair. Anyway, the kids go outside. He sits down and he's talking to his mom. And he was just like, "Well, Mom, I was talking to Marcel when we was in Vegas. And, we was talking about depression and, just being so bogged down with life. Got so much going on that you can't appreciate anything. You're never happy about anything, and maybe it's time for him to go to therapy." Well, he's already been to therapy, but maybe it's time for him to go back. And his mom was just like, "Well, you don't need therapies. Be your own therapies." I was just like, all right, therapies. She said that, now listen, Miss Marlene, is old school. You know, old school blacks, we don't always, not we, because that's not how I feel, but a lot of old school blacks don't feel that therapy is necessary. And that's the reason why there's a lot of fucked up black folks around now. You know, just ain't been able to deal with the shit that they going through. Yeah, pray it away. Yeah, pray it away. But God also put therapists out here for you to, you know, for help too. So anyway, she was just like, be your own therapies. I always thought that you had too much on your plate. Okay, mama said that she even used to think back when he was married, you know, she's like, you know, them kids, you was doing everything with them kids. And you know, that woman, she just sit back there and she'd be like, Martell. I was like, oh, look at this. Okay. And Martell was just like, yep, just drinking it all in. The whole thing is, even if that is how the setup was back in the day, he was perfectly fine with where Mel was in their life. You know, they was going to be the power couple of Huntsville. So then Miss Marlene dropped this one on her. She was just like, yeah, you work too hard, okay? And yeah, you had a baby, but so what? I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I'm not fixing to lose no sleep about it. I said, well, I guess you're not, all right? Because you're not the one with the baby. You're not the woman that got cheated on, publicly humiliated on the TV in front of millions of people. Okay? You're not the one that has to deal with the fact that the man that you loved went had a baby outside, or maybe you are, because you know it's a lot of down south women that have actually been in this situation and just keep really quiet about it. Okay? I can tell you, I know of quite a few stories personally. Okay? So it does happen. Maybe Miss Marlene has been there. Maybe it's not that big of a deal to her. Okay, well, the new lady, the new millennium lady, they don't deal with that shit as easily as the old school lady does. And so when she said that, I was like, see, this is some of the reasons why, even though Miss Marlene is a good woman to me, but I also feel like this is some of the things that she says and supports is the reason why Marcel is the way that he is. Because, you know, he just was sort of like, yeah, I know. Okay. Like this side baby thing ain't that big of a deal. He tells her about Vegas. He tells her about the arguments that him and Mel had. And, you know, he just had a problem with her, you know, the kids knowing about the song. And she was just like, you know, that when one time Tank was over here and he said, you know, he was singing a song and he said, that's a song my mama was singing. He said, oh, baby, she just singing about your daddy. And he was just like, Mama, why would you say something like that? She's like, well, that's what he was doing. And he was like, but still, we don't want the babies to be thinking that they singing about their daddy. And she said, well, you go and take that up with your ex-wife. Miss Marlene was like, listen, nigga, what you want me to say? Okay, shit. He was like, Mama, why you acting like this? She was like, because I'm sleepy. Shit, you had these people over here early in the damn morning, okay, trying to act like it's 2 in the afternoon, it's 6:30 in the fucking morning. Miss Marlene was over it. So anyway, changing gears, Martell tells Miss Marlene that Marcel and Tisha, they gonna have this race, the Destiny race, and you know, it's fundraiser or whatever, and you know, it's for a good cause and everybody is gonna be there, so he would like for her to come, and she was just like, okay, baby, I'll be there. Okay, so Miss Marlene will be in the building. Well, not in the building because it's outside, but you know what I mean. Now, this whole therapies that Martell was talking about, so he goes to Maurice's, and when he gets there, we find out that Dr. Frantic is coming. I said, Dr. Frantic? I thought Martell said that he was done with Dr. Frantic. He felt like Dr. Frantic was too feminine leaning when it comes to the advice given to the couples. Yeah, I thought he was over, but I guess not. So he gets there and he was just like, where's Marcel? And Maurice was like, oh, he's not here yet. You know, let me call him. So they FaceTime him, and Maurice looks like Marcel looks like he's out running or something. Yeah, whatever you doing, he ain't coming there. Okay. Marcel said Dr. Frantic just ain't for him. You know, maybe he is good for Maurice and Martell, but his feeling is that he's more for the women. So yeah, he's not coming. Well, anyway, Maurice felt like this atmosphere would be better for Dr. Frantic. You know, that it wouldn't be so clinical being at his office. They're at Maurice's office. You know, it just kind of feels like the fellas sitting around and chatting. Okay, then here come Dr. Frantic. So once we get through the pleasantries, oh, hey, Marcel, okay, seeing you again. Yep, I find myself in the seat once more, okay? Then we start up immediately on depression. Maurice was talking to him about depression. And of course, as being a high achiever, the stress is continuous and that there's no escape, that Maurice can find to get away from things, and the pressures, it just gets to be too much. I said, Lord, we got Dr. Frantic in his eyes and Maurice in his fucking eyes. They gonna pop out their head. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 18 years old. And Dr. Frantic says, well, it's funny that you use that word escape. You're trying to escape things instead of dealing with it. It's funny because people will create mazes of their lives. And they will decide to go through the maze instead of dealing with what's on the outside. I was just like, Dr. Frantic, just give it to him plain. Okay? Nigga, you doing all of this talking about you want to escape, but you don't really want to escape. You want to be doing all this extra fucking work. Okay? You making your own damn life difficult. All right? And then you got a wife. No, you know what it is? You have 2 wives. And everybody is just like, it was just like Dr. Frantic had just threw some shit on them. Okay, that they had never, ever. I said, fuck, I need to be a damn psychologist. I did go to school for psychology. Then I realized that shit wasn't for me. But I was just like, nigga, you ain't saying nothing new. Why y'all acting like this man? Who might the 2 wives be? Your wife and your work? Kimmy's been telling you this for 2 fucking seasons and 2.5 seasons. And now but like I told you, every time the men, when they find out from somebody else, it's just groundbreaking. Don't let work ruin your relationship with your wife. And Marcel over there agreeing, talking about, because, I saw the same thing happening with Mel when we was together. She was taking on more and more and more, and she was putting the kids second, and I said the same thing. I said, oh, did you say the same thing, Marcel? Oh, Marcel was just so perfect in his marriage with Melody. Speaking of Marcel, let's get on to Marcel. Marcel, what's going on with you? Marcel says, well, you know what, Doc? I lost everything. I mean, I didn't lose everything, but really I did lose everything. And he's hurt about it. And Dr. Frantic was just like, well, that's good that you can say it. You hurt. Okay, then he get the waxing poetical with Marcel. Change your view of yourself and your view of the world will change. I was just like... In other words, he about sick of giving Marcel fucking advice because Marcel don't listen. Okay? So figure that shit out yourself. I'm not going to sit here and give you no advice and tell you what to do because you don't listen. You do what you want to do. Okay? So just change up the routine that you've been doing because that ain't been working for you and do something different and see if that works. Okay? That's all Dr. Frantic got for Marcel. Now, the second annual Destiny race, Marcel and Tisha, they're excited about it. Marcel said that this is a race that's been near and dear to his heart because, just the whole concept of what the race is about. It's a 5K race. I guess that's about 3 miles, a little bit over 3 miles. And they write down their goals on a stake, and then they're going to go and put it near the finish line. And then they will start the race and they'll be running towards their goals. So, it's all very visionary and all very just metaphorical of just how you might feel about getting to your goals, something cute with a little stake at the end and blopty blue. Okay, so a cute idea. I will agree that is a cute idea. So we got everybody there, okay? Plus a few other people, sprinkled in. All of the cast of the show is definitely there. So we start the race. We got the kids out there. It's a whole family affair. So it's all love. It's all love. Mel's mom is there. Miss Wanda is there. Marcel finally pulls up the rear after the race has already started. Because, he's late because Miss Marlene wasn't going to run. And really, Miss Marlene wasn't even coming. But, he decided to make sure that she came because we need to get these mamas on camera. This is the first time we're going to get all 3 of these mamas together, right? So, he got Miss Marlene there. She already knew it was about to be some bullshit. That's why she ain't want to come. But in the spirit of we've got a show to film, Miss Marlene is there. And Marcel tells us, I got my mama here, and I got the kids here, Mel and Melody's mama here. It's all the Holtz in one place. It definitely brings back memories. Like I said, it's all love. First, we see Mel and Tiffany coming in first, and everybody's just like, what? How did these two come in? Okay, we ain't got time for these folks to be trying to do this 3.3 miles or whatever it is. Okay, so we got to show the film. So, they crossed the finish line first, and they said that they didn't work harder, they worked smarter. They took a shortcut. And then finally everybody starts coming in. We see Tank, and we see Marcel, and then we see Destiny, and Letitia, the last few little feet that they come running here. Destiny, she got her purse. That girl, you been running with this purse, okay? And Letitia, everybody Child, they get all past this finish line so we can get to filming. When everybody finishes, Marcel thanks everybody for coming. The overall goal has been achieved. You guys make sure that you continue to work towards your destiny, blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the fool of fucking niggatry shit. So we all standing around talking. Miss Wanda's there, which she's always just stirs the pot. You guys already know. But we don't really need Miss Wanda to get it started because we got Tiffany. Tiffany. Well, I also wanted to thank everybody for coming to our anniversary party. Girl, ain't nobody thinking about that shit. Why are you talking about this anniversary? Every time we get together, it seems like we get into an argument. Girl, wasn't nobody thinking about an argument. But now that you said it, you know what? Let us get to arguing. Destiny. Now, I don't know who put the battery in Destiny's back. Because now all of a sudden, Destiny feels that it's super important that she puts Marcel in this place and says how he's passive aggressive with Mel. Now, whether or not that's the case, why is Destiny the one all of a sudden the captain save a hole for Mel and just feels like she needs to keep on being on him? As you already know, this is not a good scene for this, okay? You are passive aggressive with her when it comes to Mel, and he was just not really trying to hear that, and I said, well, you know what, Destiny? Yes, he is passive aggressive with Mel, but Mel is passive aggressive with Marcel as well. They do it to each other. So Destiny's sitting up there, and of course Miss Marlene ain't fixing to listen to that. It's her baby, and you guys know Marcel is her baby. And she was just like, well, Destiny, listen, this is not your business. Okay, what business is it of yours? That's between them two. You can't fight Melody's battle because you are not his wife and you is not his ex-wife. And of course I was with Miss Marlene because Destiny was getting on my nerves. You got an audience. You wanted to be sitting up here going off on Marcel and getting into an argument with him for whatever reason, while Mel just kind of stands over there and not says anything. And Miss Marlene wasn't having it. So Miss Marlene go over to Mel and Marcel, and she was just like, y'all handle that together. All right. And Destiny was like, no, Miss Marlene, don't do that. Don't do that because I was talking about what me and him was talking. Girl, don't nobody care what y'all was talking about. Okay. Why are you even bringing all this up right now? We at the damn fucking Destiny race. I'm thinking like Destiny wasn't that serious. This is the man's mama. I don't know too many mamas that's gonna really let somebody just go there and just gang up on their son like that. And Marcel was just like, I'm not trying to get into no conversation, no argument with no woman, so I was glad that my mama was there. Okay, even though Marcel ain't above arguing with no woman, I don't know what he talking about. We've seen him do it plenty of times. So Destiny worked my nerves. And then we got Louis and Tiffany in the confessionals talking about, Marcel is always big and bad, but then when his mom comes, mommy comes and she has to take up for her. Shut up. We sick of Louis and Tiffany. Listen, I be trying with Louis and Tiffany. Well, really, I be trying with Louis. But he get wrangled in with Tiffany, and then we just be like, fuck them both. I can't stand them. I can't stand them together. But when you guys finally, we get this scene with the mamas. So Miss Vanessa and Miss Marlene see each other, hey, they give each other a hug. It's been a while since they've seen each other. Then here come Miss Wanda. Hey, guys, what y'all talking about? They was both looking at Miss Wanda like, oh, Lord, here come the ghetto one. Child, they looked at her like she had the plague. Miss Marlene was like, well, we talking about the cheering, talking about the babies. I was like, oh my goodness, don't bring this up. And Wanda go say, oh, well, we got a lot of that going on. I said, here we go.
She was like, well, you know, I was talking to Marcel and Melody and seeing if they would get back together.
And the mothers was like, oh, no. That's their business. We don't even get into that business anyway. And Miss Vanessa didn't had enough. She was just like, and this is the one that be on social media talking about, you know, telling the young girls that if they're going to be with a married man, that they make sure that they get everything that the wife gets. And Miss Wanda was just like, I did. Miss Marlene was just like, listen, I don't know nothing. I don't do nothing. I don't know about how all that goes. See, that's why I stays in my lane. All right. And I'm about to go. Okay. Because Miss Marlene said, I don't do mess. All right. And she could already see that Miss Vanessa is pissed off. And of course, Wanda always got time. So Miss Wanda was just like, well, I did say that about the kids. I guess that they was talking about Miss Wanda talking about them cutting the kids' hair off, but they didn't actually show it in the scene, but I remembered seeing it in the preview or something. So she was just like, well, I did say that about the kids on social media, but people go through things. You know, she trying to explain it. And Vanessa was like, I don't want to hear that shit. Miss Vanessa was just like, listen, you know, Melody is not ever going to listen to you. She's never going to take advice from you, you know, especially on social media, the things that you say. And Miss Wanda was just like, what you say? She ain't going to take no advice from me. Yeah, she is not going to take any advice from you. You have a husband and a boyfriend. And Miss Wanda was just like, well, didn't you cheat? You know, S on the end of everything. Didn't you cheat? And she was just like, what? Girl, no, I've never cheated. She was just like, if you're going to go there, you know, if you're going to go there with that ghetto stuff, then, you know, I'm not going to be a part of it. And Miss Wanda was offended.
She was just like, oh, so you want to talk about ghetto? Girl, I am from Vesma. You ain't seen ghetto until this wig come off. These earrings will be on the ground. I'm kick off these shoes. Because that mean I'm fixing to get in your ass. So don't you never talk about me being ghetto.
Vanessa was just like, girl, go on somewhere. Your little head and your little hands got your hands full. And she was just like, and your big head, your big brain, and your big hands got your hands full. And Miss Wanda was just saying anything. But Miss Wanda said she doing better than the other parents. And Vanessa was just like, oh, girl. I was like, how long y'all gonna sit there and just let Wanda just say whatever? So finally Mel walks up and Mel was just like, what's going on over here? Vanessa was just like, you know what? She over here trying to talk to me and she has a husband and a boyfriend.
Wanda said, that's right. I put it on social medias.
Y'all know social media, child. I tell you, these people live their life on social media. So Mel is just kind of listening to the two of them go back and forth. But then finally, when Letitia comes over there, then Letitia's trying to stop it. Like, wait a minute. You guys need to stop arguing. Then she go and turn around and look at Vanessa. She says, Miss Vanessa, you know, all due respect, you are a cyber bully. And so then Mel and them, so now we got all of these people arguing. And she said that she was being ghetto. And then Letitia says that she don't like the fact that Miss Vanessa said that her mother was being ghetto. Okay, they all from the country. So just because you articulates better than her, that don't mean that you ghetto. I said that ain't got shit to do with it being ghetto. She ghetto because she ghetto. It ain't got shit to do with how she talk. I mean, maybe a little bit. Okay, and side note, you guys, I follow Letitia on Instagram. And why yesterday she was doing an ad for Minute Maid. And she kept on saying, so then log on to Mini Maid. I said, how many times she gonna say Mini Maid? Y'all go on her Instagram. I was like, what the fuck is a Mini Maid? You know, log in to Mini Maid. And I said, girl, Minute Maid. Okay? Anyway, back to the show. So she didn't like the fact that she could articulate better than her mama. That don't mean her mama ghetto. Letitia is through with it though. Stop all this damn arguing, Mel and them, so everybody separates. And Letitia takes her mama to the side and she was just like, Mama, I need you. I don't need you to be out here fighting my battles. That she can handle it herself. Just like the shit that happened with Kimmy. Even in Vegas, they said that they was gonna leave it to the side, but you know, Kimmy had told her that she didn't tell her mama shut the fuck up, and Miss Wanda was like, she did say shut the fuck up. But Letitia says, I don't need you to argue. I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm tired of arguing and fighting and fussing with everybody, and I definitely don't need you to do it either. I said, well, isn't this a new development? Since when don't you need your mom to fight your damn battles? Your mama been doing it for 2.5 fucking seasons. Okay, yeah, we haven't seen her as much this season, but the woman definitely has done her job, and you have let her. As a matter of fact, you have been the one that pumped her up to go and do it many, many times. So now all of a sudden, oh, I know how to handle my friends and I don't need her. Now it's come to the point where she maybe don't have to have her mom around as much. Oh, so now you finally realize that. She said her mama raised her to be able to take care of herself and be a strong woman. I said, okay, Letitia, girl, if you like it, I love it. Okay, just if you believe your own foolishness, I mean, maybe it's the truth. Maybe Letitia has decided that she's got this inner strength and that she don't need her mama around to go and tell everybody exactly how she feels. But Miss Wanda was just like, I don't care. I don't care. What Kimmy said on social media, it was very disrespectful. It was very disrespectful. Not the ER, y'all. Y'all, I tell you, that damn Wanda is something else. Tisha was like, okay, mama, but just move on. She said she gonna get rid of Miss Wanda. Damn, it's near the end of the fucking season. Now all of a sudden you ain't gonna have her around as much. Okay, Letitia, child, go on somewhere. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. I just realized that this was in the background. I wouldn't have left this here if I was, but this is something I've got to return. This big old ugly shower caddy Mr. had bought. I was like, that is not going to go in our nice, pretty new bathroom. Look at this mess. Child. Anyway, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment. Happy Halloween to everybody, by the way. Be safe out there. Y'all, these candies and these, with this laced candies, the CBD and marijuana and all that, y'all make sure y'all kids ain't eating this candy. Y'all go buy their shit. So just let them go do the Halloween thing just for fun. And then you have them a bag of candy at the house that you can just give to them, because you can't trust what these motherfuckers be and gave your kids something to be overdosing out there. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. I mean, unless you just really trust who you getting the candy from. But all that going in all the different neighborhoods, it's too late for that, unfortunately. But anyway, you guys, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.